Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our daily stock market insights. In this video, I'm going to discuss the requests that you guys shared in the comment section. And this is for MWIDE, SMC, HLCM, APL, CHIB all day, and probably I can add a few more. So if this is the type of video you want to watch every single day, by the way, I do review stocks in the Philippine market, US market. Feel free to just drop a comment. Let me know which stock you'd like me to review, and I'd be happy to do that for all you guys. Okay, so feel free to hit the subscribe button so you are always notified when I have new videos. So let us get started. Today ended with a red. However, there was a long wick over here for our index. So I'd say this is still on the bearish side of things, right? We are respecting the MA20 line, but this drop right here is not looking good. Probably we are experiencing the impact of this global crisis that's happening right now between Russia and Ukraine, and all the economic sanctions that the world is starting to apply to Russia. So today we bought. I know there was a long line just to buy gasoline, and the prices are skyrocketing. So this is it. I think we are all experiencing the impact as well. So let's see where this crisis is going to lead us. But yeah, our commitment to trading and investing will never change. We are still on a roll here, right? So yeah, let's just try to understand where the market is heading at this point. So I plotted here a resistance. We are still in a downtrend, and this red candlestick here, while there was a long wick, hopefully we recover really quickly, but we are still respecting this downward movement. Let's try to check which sectors moved forward today, or if there is any. So the decliners would be 147.66 advanced, but a lot of the stocks are really on a decline. Mining is the only sector that moved forward today with a 6.57% increase. So from what I know, based on trend, around the summertime, that is when the mining sector really starts to go bullish. So let's see if that will be sustained. All right, but for now, let's check out the stocks that you guys have requested. First would be MWIDE. Oh, no, what? So MWIDE, this is a strong sell-off. Yeah, the selling pressure really was dominant in this period. But what's nice here is that we are still respecting this trend line over here. So let us see if that will somehow recover, and if that's the case, this could just mean a slight overshoot at the MA20 line. So far there's a very minimal difference, right? It's your MA20 in my Bollinger Band. This is the MA20. We had a slight overshoot, solid drop over there. So tomorrow, if we start below the 516 level and the selling pressure continues to happen, then that is indeed going to break our steady climb in this trajectory. What's nice here is that volume didn't really there's not much volume in this red day. So let us see if we can have a recovery that will happen right next. Wow. Okay, so that's 3.91% decline. Overall, if you're to look at it in a long term, we're still at the healthy level for long-term investors. Imagine how much this dropped from a 10 peso level back in November 2020, or yeah, 2020, November of 2020. So we're still see that declining. But if you're to look at it in a longer time frame, So we are about to, right? We're close to crossing that MA20 line. So it could be a make or break week for us here. This could be a make or break week. We shouldn't be breaking that if the stock is really ripe for reversal. SMC. SMC is, wow, grabe ah. 2.8 million on foreign buying. That means we know that this drop volume is so huge right here, but the investors just bought the fear of the market. So they entered right here. That's why it shoot up still, even with saw a strong decline. That was intraday. That was approximately 5% dip. So for those people who may have entered right somewhere here, then that was an easy 5% gain intraday, right? So where are we in terms of support and resistance? Okay, so this, I think the area where it dropped today, that was actually a support level in the weekly time frame. So your investors or your institutions really know where their support and resistances are. See this? This was your support area. Here was your resistance. So previous resistance can act as a support. So I think if you are interested in getting in, I'm thinking if the entire market will be on the bearish side or sideways, don't rush, because I just feel like within the week we could still enter as near as we can at the 102.13 level. So fluctuations can still happen, and you can haggle for a much lower price. So that is it. That will be your support. I'm not plotting the resistance because I know this is still in a downward movement. So if you want to really plot that support and resistance, this is it. So that means if we move forward up there, then just extend this. Okay, so we might be moving within this channel until such time we have a nice volume and break somewhere. We don't really know if it is going to reach up to this point or at one point, depending on the catalyst, depending on how the crisis in Russia and Ukraine will improve. We don't know, but definitely outright I can say that the global market is being impacted with what is happening in that area. Not good. Okay, so next is HLCM. HLCM. Okay, see, this one over here, this is your channel, right? This is the channel originally, and di din siya kasi pwede dito ang layo. This was it. This was the uptrend channel, and we have broken that. While we had this green right here, I'm not really I do not have a solid conviction that it will recover anytime soon. We are still either on a sideways or bearish, in fact. So I'd like to plot the nearest support right at the 5.76 level. One, because we have already crossed the MA20 line, moving downward. So that's a selling pressure in itself. At the same time, the nearest support is right at this level because you had this support over here, resistance over here, resistance over here. So those are your key levels. And I think, okay, we might be able to revisit that. What's interesting here is you had this huge volume, okay, huge volume right here. And then even though this was a red today, the volume is not that much. So I'm thinking we could be moving within this range. This support right here could be respected, okay? So, but then again, it's just a matter of asking ourselves, when would that be? And no one can actually answer that at this point. You have 48 trades today, so volume is really low. Even though the price is ripe, even if you're entering it at the right level, but if there are no participants in the market, it's going to take some time before your orders can be executed. So at this point, just probably watch out for it, put it in your watch list. And if you see a green candlestick or a consolidation with volume starting to increase, that could be your sign that this is about to explode or rally any time, any moment from now. So next is APL. APL, you had a few days of rally and people just took profit. What's interesting here though is that as we approached the MA20 line, you have that wick over there, and then buying happened. So we are still within that buying area at this point. So anywhere from 0.068 to 0.07, for me, that is an okay level. Okay, so that is a buy. So this is a buy. If you were not able to catch it from here, this is the pullback that we are waiting for. So just do your research, because I am only focused on discussing technical analysis, and based on technicals, I'd say this is already giving us some buy signal, provided that we don't break the MA20 line. Probably we have a green candlestick right here, and that is your trigger. That could be your trigger, just to validate this assumption. But so far, we are at a very cheap level. This is already the bottom, I would assume, 52-week low. See that around 6, and this is very near. So if you don't really, you are not in a hurry to gain some profit, the upside of this stock is so huge. Imagine how much it dropped from 0.20 something to 0.06, 0.08. Super cheap, okay? Just do your research so that you have higher conviction when you enter in this stock, and you won't worry every single day that your stock is not moving. CHIB, we are in a profit-taking level, okay? Profit-taking area. So I suggest, if you are already profitable, lock in some gains, because I'm anticipating a possible pullback probably around the MA20 line. This is the area where it could would potentially revisit. So if you're profitable, my 2 cents here, lock in some gains. Probably, I don't know, it's up to you, 50% lock in, and then the rest let it ride. That was on a weekly chart, by the way. So on a daily chart, there is another possible area of bounce, which is very near. So that would be 26.7. But yeah, let's find out, because normally long-term investors would start from a long time horizon. So from a weekly, then they funnel it further to a daily, so they could haggle at which level they could enter. They want to first look at the long time frame to understand the trend or the overall direction of the stock. Once they see that it's moving up, all they needed to do is haggle. Which level will I be entering? So that's the time they filter it further to a daily or even an hourly chart. So at this point, we have confirmed on a weekly chart that, hey, it's moving up, okay? And on our way up, there will be fluctuations. And therefore, we filter down to a daily chart just to get some clarity on where to enter. So first possible entry, if you're in a hurry, would be 26.7. Otherwise, you can wait until it drops at 25.78. Okay, although look, 43 trades. So it's just a matter of asking ourselves, when is this going to happen? Sometimes it might take a long time. Otherwise, if it's so slow, probably start considering other stocks. On this stock, we are still on a downtrend. This is what I'm talking about. Price is moving downwards over here, but your RSI is already starting to move up. But hey, it has been already extended even up to here. See this? Over here, try to understand this. Even if we start plotting it from here, right? From this period over here. See that price was here on that day, and then up to this day it's still on a decline, but you already have a bullish divergence. So that's the downside. Your bullish divergence can go extended. So That's why I really do not use solely RSI. I cross-reference it with volume and candlestick. And notice what you see here in the volume, not a lot. Okay, most so flat. Not so a little spike over here, but really overall not much volume. 876 trades. So we don't really know if this will continue for a few days, for a few weeks. But overall, the trajectory of ALLDY is still on a decline, still bearish for me. Okay, let's try to check the other stocks. Maybe I can add one more that is trending. Oh, hold on. I'll add D2 first. D2, oh, ding. 7 million in foreign selling. 534. So we had a short-lived uptrend right there, but then this day actually broke that trend, so we might have some continuation whereby this stock will visit again around the 5 peso level. So for those people who have not entered just yet and are interested to go long term for this stock, that would be 492, 5 peso area. It's an area, so it might revisit your bottom. It might create a triple bottom or even 4 right there. So that is your chance to for long-term investors, okay, to enter at a much cheaper level. So still on the bearish side, okay. Today broke that trend that we have. So that is for D2. Hold on. Let's check out BDO. Okay, really followed that. Okay, BDO probably this will create a support at the area where we are seated at the moment. See, that's your MA20 line. So it has been climbing up, but the pullback is really giving us some healthy pullback, respecting the MA20 each time. So I'll just have to plot it there unless we cross the MA20 with one solid candlestick with a good volume or significant volume. Then that's the time I say, okay, we just broke the trend right there. But for now, the support I see is at the 128 level, the area where we are at the moment. Okay, so there is, tomorrow is the X date. So if you want to participate in the dividend, you should have already entered today. Okay. Oh no, it's 1 in the morning. It's 8. That means today, when the market opens today, that is your last opportunity to participate in the cash dividend, because you cannot enter on the 9th. Okay, but if you want to exit on the 9th and you have entered on the 8th, that means you are qualified. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. BDO, the dividend is not that huge, but it is really consistent at it. Okay, so that's your BDO right there. Okay, so these are the stocks that I've reviewed for you today, guys. So feel free to drop a comment. My apologies if it took some time. Well, I would normally create a video on a weekend to prepare everyone for the Monday market, but I failed to do that this weekend. I enjoyed my weekend, so I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. I'll record another one for you. So feel free to drop a comment. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye for now.